Hey everybody, it's time for chapter 2 of Count Me In. This chapter is entitled Chris. Awkward. Karina Chopra is in 5 of my 7 classes this year. She and I haven't exchanged a word in like a year or something. Daniels, I tell myself, she thinks you're one of the mean dudes. I hate that. Miss Trotter is all over her. It's so good to have you in my class, she tells Karina, beaming. Karina's all smiles. Like nobody has ever told that girl the basic rule of social survival. Be cool when an adult, especially a teacher, gushes over you. Instead, Karina is all giggly, and then they fist pump like they're besties. But Karina doesn't seem to care what people think. She's got her nose in the book and at the bus stop every morning, and every couple of days, she has a new book. I'd like to say something to her, to be able to tease her in a good way, but the memory of the stuff that happened at the beginning of the middle school stops me. That day on the bus, the guy started making lists, dumb list, the prettiest girls, the bossiest, etc. Those lists are not my thing. I never say much when the guys do stuff I don't think is funny. Then Quinn had the idea of making a list of the girls with the hairiest arms. I groaned. Nothing good would come out of this, and I knew it. Kate Chops is the queen of hairy arms, he declared, and then he yucked it up as if it was the funniest thing ever. I looked across the aisle. Right when Karina was looking my way, she gave me a look that said, I feel sorry for you. And after that, she kept a poker face, opened her backpack, took out her book, and read the whole way home. I wish I had said something. If only I knew Karina better and could explain things. I wish I had told her that with her brown eyes and big smile, she should have been on the list for prettiest girls. That evening, I called my brother Matt, who was away at college. I told him about how cool it was to be on the basketball team and how I'd scored, and I told him about the bus and Karina. Because it had bothered me all day, and Matt had been the best lister in the whole world. Matt groaned. That's ugly, dude. I could also count on him to understand. Ugly is correct. What did you do? He asked. What could I have done? I asked myself that question. I was sitting on the bus with the guys from the basketball team, and I had only waited forever to be able to sit with them, to be one of the guys. If I had said something at the time, what price would I have to pay? Middle school bus is a monster that is like that no one has slayed, as far as I know. Being quiet, biting your tongue, swallowing your thoughts and your words is how you survive. So far, those tactics have worked for me. Doing the right thing is hard, he said when I was silent. But Chris, at least you know what is right and what is wrong. I did know the difference, but was that enough? Did I need a new game plan? I'll be home in a few weeks, Chris. Hang in there, okay? We'll shoot hoops together and talk. Since that day, Karina hasn't talked to me. I make things even worse. Around that time, Quinn passed Karina a nasty note, and I remember watching. Her face crumpled up as she opened it. And then she tossed it in the trash when Mrs. Clay wasn't looking. Although that class, all through that class, I kept thinking about the note. What could Quinn have said? There was no way for me to concentrate on the word problems and the fractions, and at the end of class, after everyone left, I dug through the garbage and found the tightly balled up note. I smoothed the paper and I read it. Curry chop stinks. Go home. At first, I didn't even understand it. Quinn and Karina to go home in the middle of the day? Why did he call her curry? And she didn't stink. Then it sunk in how he was insulting her. I called good old Matt again. What would I do without him? I felt bad for everyone who didn't give Matt as a big brother. When I told him what happened, Matt was silent for the longest time. You there? I said. Quinn is a small minded squirt, he said. The next day, I was already feeling pretty angry toward Quinn when we were out in the opposite teams during a basketball game in PE. Each time Quinn ran forward the basket to score, I was a defensive wall and he couldn't score at all. He got angry and crashed into me, making me fall. Trash play, I yelled at him. What's your problem, dude? Quinn gave me a funny look, but I didn't care. I was mad about a lot of things. Why was I so mad? Why was it so hard to do the right thing? Now, on the first day of seventh grade, I remember that moment. I wish Karina had been there on that basketball game when I told Quinn off. Too bad girls have separate PE. Could I maybe reach across the aisle and tell her? A year after the fact, nah, she'd think I'd lost my marbles. Chapter 3, Karina. On Labor Day weekend, Papa moves in. We invite all the relatives to celebrate. When my grandfather puts on a silk tunic, I know it's going to be a good party. He saves that for weddings and festivals. He hums a Bollywood song as he cleans and polishes his glasses. To me, he looks like Harry Potter glasses. To him, they are Gandhi glasses. It took a while for my parents to persuade him to leave California and to live with us. And after Grandma passed away, Mom and Dad called every single day and badgered him to come. This is how it finally went down to get him to agree. Mom said, we have our hands full with the franchise and we may want to expand. We really need your help in raising Karina. The argument clinched the deal. My granddaughter needs me and I will come, Papa replied. Hence the party. Part of me is worried about sharing the upstairs with Papa. He will be in the spare room, which I have been using to spread out all my pictures and stuff. My room would not have won any neatness awards before, and now with all my pictures in it, it's really going to be cramped. I know Mom is also worried about having Dad's father move in. She wonders if he'll accept her to be a dutiful Indian daughter-in-law, old country style. I overheard them discussing it the other night. If you sit on the stairs, you can hear most of what they say when they talk in the living room. They might not like it, but sometimes I need to do it to stay on my toes. Do you think Papa will expect me to cook Indian food every night? Mama asked. I hope not, Dad said. We make do with takeout from the store, and he'll have to as well. What if he thinks I'm an awful daughter-in-law? She wailed. He won't, Dad said. How could he? Mom replied, I just want things to go smoothly, you know. I know. That's what we all want. I started to wonder what people will think of Papa's accent, but I brushed that thought aside and focused on the benefits of Papa moving in, especially that I can chill at home more because there will be someone here to keep me company. Dad is in the living room, hanging the Welcome to Houston Papa sign I made, and Mom is running around the house, straightening things that have already been straight. She had the chicken tikka masala and the non-cratered, but took the day off yesterday to make the vegetables and salads. She calls for Dad. Babe, have you tasted the aloo? Salt okay? He and I tasted the potatoes and a few hours ago, and we both certified that the salt was fine. Mom has clearly lost her mind. Babe, she calls again. Dad and I roll our eyes. Then she stops in her tracks and finally notices how I am dressed. Ah, she says. Then she sees me in the traditional Indian Garakala. I beam. I'm feeling it too. I posted a picture with the caption OOTD outfit of the day for my friends. The skirt is full and to the floor and has a green and yellow paisley print. The solid yellow blouse is fitted and shows a silvery of the tummy. I had looped the scarf that matches the skirt around my neck. Now all you need is some earrings, Mom says, giving me a hug. Go find some from my jewelry box. Families arrive within minutes of each other, like they'd planned the chaos, including Mom's brother, Raja uncle, and Lindsay auntie, and their kids, Dad's sister and her kids. Everyone is taking over one place. I grab a plate of samosas and race to my cousins upstairs to play the Wii. An hour later, our house is bursting at the seams with hugging people and music and food and laughter. I hear guests welcome Papa repeatedly, tell him how happy they are that he has moved here, invite him over for a meal, and Papa must be beaming. When we came back for lunch, the tensions had slipped off Mama's shoulders, or maybe she shrugged it off. Now she is relaxed and she grins. The pulsating beat of the music starts. My cousins and I giggle and all the grown-ups get to their feet. I'm not sure how it happened, but it became a dance party. And I have a theory, though. I think it's the call of Papa's magical red silk tunic. Someone eggs Papa on. Come on, it's your party. You have to join us. Papa is the center of attention with his white mane and his big laugh. My cousins whistle. Mama claps and taps her feet. And her foot taps. Papa walks over to me. I want to run and hide, and I am not the best dancer, but Papa has his hands outstretched. How can I refuse? Papa can move even with his arthritis. Now everyone is clapping to the beat. I twirl, and so does my skirt. Mid-twirl, I freeze. I see the strangest thing. What? How? Chris Daniels, my next-door neighbor, is in the middle of my living room. Chris Daniels, the boy who is friends with the hyenas, just saw me spinning and dressed up in an Indian outfit. I want the ground to split and swallow me up. My raised arms fall to tug my blouse over my exposed middle. I miss my footing and stumble right into Chris. He catches me. That's how I know he's not a hologram. I knocked. I rang the bell, he stutters. Of course he did. There was no way that we could have heard the music rocking in the Chopra house. Chris points to the front door. My dad wants to talk to your dad, he says. I nod and go find him, wondering on what on earth his father would want to talk to my dad. I tug my dad's shirt and point to Chris, telling him Chris's dad is outside. Dad walks out. Chris and I follow before Dad came close to the door. Papa steps out too. Chris's dad is pacing outside, and he looks like he has inhaled a steam engine. I can't pull out of my house, and I'm running late, he says, pointing to the car blocking past his driveway. He could have said hello. He always seems to be in a big hurry, too busy to chat. I see Dad take a deep breath. I'm sorry, he says calmly. Give me a minute and I will have the car moved. Dad leaves to find the owner of the car. And then I hear Chris say, see you in school, Karina. It surprises me that I haven't ever seen each other in school before. I was not expecting our orbits to collide.